Thank you for tuning into my channel, where I talk about my favorite thing in the world, voiceover. Today, we are going to be talking about recording your demo reel. We've talked about getting ready for your demo reel this whole series, and now it's time for the day we're actually going to record. So, from this point, you will have done a lot of practice. It's good it's good to wait to record your demo reels until you are ready. If you do it a little too early, you may learn a little more skills and really refine your craft shortly after that and then want to go redo them. So it's really good to wait until you're prepared. So when you're finding a studio, you can go online and you can check their Yelp reviews and stuff like that and make sure that you can see where the location is and the address and everything that we talked about when it comes to an artist developer in the sense of their Google listing and stuff like that. For me, I have an artist developer myself, so I was able to go to the studio that he goes to. So I was able to just find it from there, and I knew that it was legit and it was professional. So I went there with my fiance first to see what it was like before I did my own session, and I also wanted to know how to drive there, so it was new. I had to go on the freeway. I have to mentally prepare myself for that. All right. So I also, once I got in there and I was all excited and all motivated to follow my dreams, I can't wait for you guys to go into a sound booth. It is the best. It is my favorite thing ever. You're gonna want to check out your setup. So for me, I move around a lot, so which is why in these videos too, I kind of sit still. Sometimes for other characters, I'll stand up. For me, it's all about how much energy I need. So that's good. So when you have this set up, you want to see if you have a little music stand or a place to put your scripts. Speaking of scripts, I really believe that having 3 copies of your script is highly beneficial. I have a copy for myself, I have a copy for my sound engineer at the studio, and I have an extra copy because you never know. It's good to be prepared. So let's talk about some other stuff that you're going to bring with yourself at the recording studio. First of all, I brought my mom with me because I was nervous and very excited, but also nervous because at the time I was even more of a perfectionist than I am now. I had my mom there, so when I did like my commercials for Disneyland, it was so easy just to see her and be able to just remember being at Disneyland with her and talking to her, because it's sometimes a trap when you're reading and you're kind of alone in the sound booth and you're just here with the paper in front of you. You could get in the habit of just reading it. So you want to make sure that your talk gets conversational. You know, like I'm with me, like how I'm talking to you. It's not like I'm just reading like, okay, I bring my mom to make fun of it. So we don't want to do it like that. You already know. So that's really good. I like to do that. You can bring whoever you want, as long as they support you. Don't bring anybody that's going to bring you down. Don't bring anyone that's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? Don't bring anyone that says, I don't like that. Unless they're like, you could do better. But just don't. You don't have time for that. You're a professional now. You're doing your demo reel. You've made it. Okay. So you're going to have 3 copies. Other things that you'll bring with you is going to be water. It's good to have water. I like room temperature because I noticed that I don't get dry mouth as frequently as I do with ice cold water, which it tastes really good. But just when I record and also like for this kind of stuff, I just have room temperature. You can also put lemon in it too with your water. I'll talk more about healthy habits and stuff on the next episode, which is the last episode. We'll have a little bit about like physical health, but we'll go all about mental health. It'll be really great. Okay. So, in addition to water, I really love to bring tea. I like to bring chamomile tea because I'm kind of a spaz and I need to be like calm and relaxed. So that's my problem. Right before I record, I panic. Right before a project is due, I panic. I doubt myself completely. I'm like, who am I? I can't even be a voice actor. I'm going to cry. I never want to do this ever again. Okay, most of all, probably hungry or tired. But it can be really overwhelming sometimes, and I noticed that back then I was not relaxing at all. So it's good to incorporate that. We'll get more onto that in a little bit. So you also want to bring like tea that you like. If you want some caffeine, though, you can. Like I have my chamomile tea, but then once I get comfortable in the stuff, I also bring another cup of tea. I like to have some caffeine tea. I love green tea. Uh, yeah, green tea is really good. So I also found it good to dress in layers because um, it was warm outside that day that I recorded, but it was a little cooler in the sound booth. And I was glad that I wore a jacket. But also when I get excited, I kind of get a little sweaty. And I get like really amped up. So I was able to like take the layers off and be fine. Also dress comfortable too. So what's nice about the demo reel is like nobody's going to see you. It's all about confidence. You can wear what makes you happy. I wore this shirt today because this shirt I wore when I was getting ready for my demo reel or to my demo reel. This is my Powerpuff Girl one. Because I wanted confidence. You bring something that brings you confidence. Because for me, I love voice acting more than anything. I love it. I just love writing. I love acting. I love talking. I love characters. And also, apparently, my inner critic loves to mess with me. So there's going to be some times where you really might, like, in the moment be totally freaked out and nervous. So when I brought mine, I brought a Post-it note. I had, my fiance wrote, "You can do it," on a Post-it, and I brought it with me. So I also wrote a Post-it note for myself. I was like, "You can't give up now. You're great." Just nothing is, Jim Carrey says that you can fail at what you can fail at what the safe job is just as much as you can fail at what you love. So you might as well follow your dreams. He said it way better than that. But that's really good. So in addition to, on the topic of me kind of being all over the place, I don't think I have it with me, but they also have essential oil roll-ons. It has like maybe a lavender, like a little different types of stuff that is really good aromatherapy that calms you down. So that was really helpful. So I like to bring that. Just bring a lot of water. Bring snacks. I bring almonds to eat like on the breaks or right before because it is good brain food, I hear. And then I bring green apples to eat in between because I saw an interview with some famous voice artists, and I apologize because I don't remember exactly who they were, but they were talking about how specifically green apples are really good in the voice acting booth as snacks because it causes you to salivate. So that's really good because when you talk a lot, your mouth can get dry. So in addition to drinking a lot of water, you can also have some green apples. And also, if you're like me, sometimes I love water and sometimes I hate it. Like I really think I don't like it. So I put different things in it. So sometimes I'll put lemon in there. Sometimes I'll put different fruits in there or cucumbers in there to kind of just like make it more fun. So that's nice. And so there we go. We're all ready. You're in the voice acting booth. You're all prepared. And it's your time to shine. So we are going to... Also, one more thing that you're going to be prepared about, I apologize, is that you're going to bring your sound effects and your music on a flash drive. So I also might find it helpful to put it on, like in an email and send it to the sound engineer as well. But I brought mine on 2 flash drives. I kind of go overboard because you never know. Yeah, so it's good to have your sound effects and different music bites ready that you want to use with your demo reel. And on that note, please remember that you direct the sessions. You are in charge. You are paying them. That's their job, is to help you with their demo reels. You need to tell them what you need and what you are looking for in your demo reel. If something is not to your liking, you tell them and you let them know that you want something else. And also, a good sound engineer will work with you and they'll be happy that you're having input and everything, you know? So it's really good to be confident and to take control of your creative vision and take pride in what you did. Your demo reels are amazing. You've worked so hard on all of this. It's really great. So it's really good to have confidence in that and don't let anybody pressure you. If they say they think that their idea may sound better, you listen to your heart and to your artist developer or coach or whoever you're working with, but most importantly, your heart and soul, and you listen to that and don't let another personality, even if they're stronger than your personality, to sway you away from what you imagine in your mind. Don't let anyone, there's no right or wrong. It's yours. So, that's really good. Also, speaking of having a good relationship with the sound engineer, we could do a callback to the Voiceover Handbook by Peter Baker that we talked about in one of my other episodes. He talked about going to a returning studio. Returning to the same studio can create job opportunities. And he said that there are going to be people that are looking for your voice style and they'll recommend you. So that's what happened in his experience. So I found it helpful for me just because I'm a creature of habit, and when I like somebody, I just want to stick with them. So that's good, and you just build a good rapport that good things can always come from that. Be genuine and kind. Also, we're going to be talking about self-care. So for me, I remember the night before I was going to record my demo reel, I was literally crying because I felt like I wasn't going to be good enough. So I talked to my artist developer, and he gave me really great advice. He reminded me that I am really talented, but I am anxiety prone. So it's very helpful to take a step back and to relax and just don't do anything related to voiceover at all in the sense of creating anything. Go watch a movie, go read a book, go play a video game, go color, go crochet, go do something else that is nice and inspiring that's not what's stressing you out. So for me, I'll never forget that. So I remember that for a lot of different times in my life. I do kind of forget it sometimes, so I'm remembered. I'm reminded, I mean. So it's good for me the day before I recorded my demo reel to chill out. I made sure I ate dinner so I wouldn't wake up with a headache or anything. I made sure I drank a lot of water before bed. I also make sure when I woke up, I didn't go and have a bunch of caffeine. And that was really nice. Because you don't want to be too jittery when you get there. Also, you should always be on time when you go to record your demo reels. I'm always early, so that's good. It's good to be early and get your parking spot and everything. So, yeah, whenever you're going to record something or do something big, a lot of people like me have the tendency to kind of just go all out and practice over and over and over and over. But that's taxing on your voice. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of those vocal cords. Those are your money makers. You want to make sure that they're okay and you're resting enough and you're resting that beautiful mind of yours to remind yourself the beauty of life and why you're being a voice actor rather than just on that one small bit of creating your demo reel. That's just a little tiny aspect in a big future that you have ahead of you. So it's really easy to get ahead of yourself and get nervous, but it's really good to practice self-compassion. So get some tea, get your favorite movie, get your favorite audiobook, close your eyes, be happy, try as much as you can. It's hard sometimes, but it's really good to try to de-stress as much as you can before you record. Also, I don't drink, but if you do, that's okay. But if some drinks can dry out your vocal cords. So maybe drink after to celebrate your demo reel instead of the night before to soothe your nerves, because it could just make you kind of like raspy. You never know. That's just what I researched and looked into. So I'm not a doctor. So yeah. Anyways, the other thing that I think is the most important thing, I'll say again, is that you shouldn't record before you're ready. Don't let anyone pressure you to do it already. Sometimes people would say, oh, you haven't recorded your stuff already? And I would say, excuse me, I'm not ready to record my stuff already. So it's up to you. And then there's a difference though between being ready and then also just doubting yourself, because sometimes my inner critic will make me feel like I'm never ready. So the biggest thing for me is to learn that it's not going to be perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Something could go wrong, and you are going to adapt, and you are going to be prepared for it. There are a lot of different things that could inspire you the day of. What if you wake up and you decide in the moment to carry the character's cadence, have it be a little different, write it. You never know. And it's good to just trust yourself in those decisions. So that was a fun episode about recording your demo reels. Oh, one more thing. So for your demo reels, for me, there are 6 tracks for your audiobooks, 6 tracks for your characters, 6 tracks for your commercials. So on each commercial, etc., has their own track. The 6th track is all of them together. That's called the master reel. So you also want to communicate that with the sound engineer too. If they're familiar with voice acting, they will probably already know that. But it's good to remember to take control and make sure that you're going to get what you need. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I hope that you had a nice time learning. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just write below. I would love to hear what you think. I really appreciate you. Thank you, and like and subscribe.